Light is one of our most important tools. It helps us to navigate, and without it, we would be defenseless. Now, we here at the Crispy Donut community have released knives and all sorts of other EDC gear, and now it's finally time for a flashlight. This is the Crispy Donut Community Crusader Flashlight. Let's check it out. You heard me right, our very own flashlight design. We worked with Reylight as the OEM on this light, and we're super excited. Now, this thing is not just some existing light with some painted on sprinkles. No, we wouldn't do that garbage. This is actually aluminum with milled out slots and a different colored insert that you can have. So we'll get into all that in a minute, but just so you know, we put time and effort into this light, and this is something very, very unique. So before we get into all the fun tests and different stuff like that, I'm gonna tell you some of the specifications now real quick. If you wanna go into a deep dive on everything about this light, go check out our website. And of course, there will be different things on Reylight's website that will help you with programming and different stuff like that. But as of right now, we're gonna kind of go over the basic materials and the basic use and function of the light. Starting out here, we have an aluminum body on the light with these milled out little pits here that have a interchangeable inner sleeve. Now at launch, we will have a black one that you can buy. It'll be 15 or 20 bucks, somewhere around in there, and you can swap out the inner colors. Of course, we'll expand on that in the future. You can look forward to different swappable inserts and probably body colors for the light. So look forward to that in the future. Up here you have a steel pocket clip. Now on the website you're going to see it says aluminum. I believe that's a typo because this is a ferrous material. When I stuck a magnet to it, it of course was attracted. So I believe this is a steel pocket clip. You've got a beautiful stone wash on that, held on with T8 screws. Up on the cap you have a really clicky switch. Really great, really tactile, but not going to turn on in your pocket. Now, as far as the battery go, you can either do AAA or 10440. You're gonna get a 550 lumen maximum output on that 10440, which is super impressive. Now, there are different modes. You can go moonlight to like 5%, 10, 20, 100. You can also, again, with programming, do moonlight, 10%, 50%, 100%, strobe. You have memory that can turn on and off on this thing. All sorts of different things that, again, links in the description for the Reylight website, so you can go on there and check out how to program your light. It has an aluminum orange peel reflector. It has a coated glass lens and an Achia 519A-400K R9080. I have no idea what that means, but you flashlight nerds out there, I'm sure you'll enjoy that I threw that in there. Now your overall length is 3.35 inches, and the light with the 10440 battery installed has a weight of 2 ounces. Without the battery, it's 1.7 ounces. Your head diameter is 0.78 inches. Your tail diameter is the same at 0.78 inches, and your body diameter is 0.69 inches. So there's all those specs out of the way. For you flashlight lovers and nerds, you're gonna love those specs. But the next section, you guys like me that don't know that much about them are gonna love just the real world testing where we shine it in the dark on the side of a wall and you can see how bright it is. So here we are about 10 yards from this shed wall here, and we're gonna go from lowest to highest mode. So here we are on our lowest mode. I bet you can't even see that on the camera. Next. All right, next, which is our next to highest mode. As you see, you can start to see pretty well with this, especially in person. And then our brightest mode, that 550 lumens, you can really tell how bright it is. Now, this is not a spotlight by any means. This is more of a floodlight. It's actually throwing light along the whole side of the shed here. And here it is up to the Well Tool T1 Pro. You can see this is much more of a spotlight. The Reylight is much more of a floodlight. Here they are side by side, Well Tool on the left, Reylight on the right. So much more of a floodlight. Look out this way. So you can see here is the Reylight lighting that area up pretty good, especially in person. And here's the Well Tool. You can see the difference in that spotty beam. So this one's going to be better for walking at night or you know, any kind of deed like that where you need to be able to see a wide open area. So here it is on that low mode pointed at the ground. The next mode, much better. the next to highest mode, much better, and then that 550 lumens. So this really lights the ground up well. As you can see out there, I can see pretty far ahead of me. There's a shed across the road. You're not going to be able to see it on here, but it is probably a good 100 yards away, and I can at least see the shed. It is by no means, again, like that well tool, which is much more of a spotlight. I can actually make out that shed pretty well, but with this one, you can see over there, but it's not a spotlight by any means. So you're looking at a flood beam, really great throw. I'm standing here in between my house and my barn, and you're looking at overall beam width of probably, I don't know, what would you say, 150 feet that you can see pointed in one direction. So I'm really impressed with this. This is by no means a scientific test, but it's a pretty cool test to kind of show you what you can see. So overall, we are super excited to release this light. It was a labor of love, and it really turned out to be, in my opinion, take me out of the crispy donut community for a second, one of the coolest lights that I've seen released in a long time. And I'm super happy we're working with Reylight on this. You get almost a custom feel out of his flashlights. Now, they're not handmade customs in that sense, but I don't know, there's just something special about them. They're very different. They're almost like a high-end flashlight at a low-end price. And speaking of price, the pre-order price will be $50, and then after the pre-order at launch, they'll be $65 each. Again, the tube on the inside, $15 to $18, I think, depending on the color, something like that. And so, you know, we're going to try to make this thing customizable, and I'm sure you can look forward to in the future, hopefully, collaborations with different companies where we've got different colorways, kind of like what we do with our Hansen. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, all those wonderful things. Please go check out the Crispy Donut Community Crusader on our website, crispydonutcommunity.com. You can also find us at retroknife.com. Have a great day, and remember, stay crispy. Meh.